just outside Gaza City, in the middle of the besieged strip. This 2 dynams land is home to over 400 stray dogs. Sulala Animal Shelter dedicates its efforts to rescuing homeless and wounded animals, as they bring about 3 animals a day after receiving calls informing them of the whereabouts of the strays. They pick them up, treat them, then introduce them to their new refuge.
أنا كنت باخد دورة علم ترويض وتدريب الكلاب في روسيا.
The idea came to me when I took a dog training course in Russia in 2005. That is, when I decided to create a solution for stray dogs in Gaza. I faced many obstacles until I made my idea a reality in 2016 when I opened the shelter. We rented the land and an office and started the rescue and treatment operations. We rescued Billy when he was only 2 months old. He's 3 years old now. When we found him, his hand was burned, so we operated on him in cooperation with the Gaza municipality. And we found Lucy trampled on Gaza's coast road. She suffered a malinian fracture, as most of her bones were broken. We rescued her and gave her the proper treatments. Unfortunately, veterinary medicine in Gaza is not capable of treating fractures, so we made her a mobility device using the wheels of kids' bicycles.
فكمان عملنا لها كروسة صناعية من إعادة تدوير من بسكليت، عملنا بسكليت تبع أطفال.
Sulala also has an indoor shelter for over 100 cats, where they try to provide them with the needed care, especially since most of them are wounded, amputated, or suffer from chronic diseases. On the other hand, another animal welfare group called Strays of Gaza uses its social media platforms to offer people the chance to adopt the animals they rescue from the streets. With less than 10 volunteers, the group managed to find new homes for over 200 cats.
Strays of Gaza عبارة عن مجموعة
Strays of Gaza is a group of youth volunteering to serve homeless animals that suffer from difficult conditions. We help cats, dogs, birds, turtles, etc. But we mostly focus on cats because they are easier to put up for adoption. We receive many messages on our page that people found kittens without a mother, so we provide those who find them with food, milk, and the necessary instructions. And when the kittens are weaned, we find someone to adopt them. We also treat street cats who have critical injuries, and if the cat is blind, paralyzed, or injured in a way that makes it difficult for them to be adopted, we find a suitable place for them. In addition, we organize campaigns to feed the homeless animals, as we ask people to donate to feed cats and dogs living on the streets. When we rescued Franzi, she suffered from a dislocated shoulder and a completely broken hand. We treated her, but the vet told us she needed platinum. However, at that time, platinum was unavailable in Gaza, so we had to amputate the entire hand.
بس في الوقت اللي لقينا فيه فرانزي ما كانش فيه في غزة، فكان الحل إنه تنبتر الإيد تماماً.
Animals living in the 365 square kilometer besieged enclave are far from safe while living under the occupation, as Israel bans a lot of medical supplies from entering Gaza, making it impossible for vets to perform all the needed operations for the wounded animals. However, it gets even worse during the Israeli attacks on the Strip, for while the volunteers at Strays of Gaza somehow managed to take the sick cats to their houses, Sulala suffered from an Israeli airstrike that hit near the shelter, leaving many dogs dead and wounded. And while those animals died because of shrapnel, back in 2014, Israeli forces targeted a zoo in the northern Gaza Strip directly, an attack that killed more than half the animals and traumatized the rest.
Although Palestinians suffer the most inhumane circumstances while living in the world's largest open-air prison, they still manage to perform humane acts towards these animals. Bayan Abu Sultan, Gaza, Palestine.
Support our work by becoming a contributor at patreon.com/AFMN.